Okay, I think we're live. Right now, I'm using my microphone on my iPhone because this microphone is not working. So let me know if you can hear me. I just wanted to jump on quickly because currently I am building myself an AI CMO. Now, I've used AI for the last 3+ years, and a lot of people use it for writing daily content. If you have not used Claude Opus 4.5, 4.6, excuse me, is by far the best at reasoning and sounding like an actual human. So there's a principle teaching, there's the things you need to know when it comes to content. Okay, I've invested the last 18 months into really seriously digging into the top experts who not only have I like bought their content systems to build essentially like a lead engine through your social media content, but I've studied the top performers and what they do. There's this thing called top of funnel content, bottom of funnel content, and middle of funnel content. Each of these speak to a different audience, all right? So there are people who already know you and they see your stuff all the time. These people are familiar with what you sell. They're familiar with kind of who you are and your vibe and your business. These people are the perfect audience for bottom of funnel content because the bottom of the funnel is where we actually sell stuff. Okay. And there's a specific way that you actually write content. There's a specific template for writing bottom of funnel content. Okay. And if your AI is trained on how to do this, in fact, you could probably just go and say, write me a bottom of funnel piece for today, and it'll do it. Okay. You, as the operator, need to understand how to actually use these different template types. Okay, middle of funnel content is for people who are part of your world, but they're still getting to know you and you're nurturing the relationship. So think about it like if you had just met somebody at an event and you got their contact information, you exchanged phone numbers, and you really wanted to build a relationship with them because you thought, hey, this is a super cool person, or I think we could do business together, or I think we could create some sort of win-win opportunity. You have to actually build a relationship. People have to know you and not just think you're some random person. Okay. This is what this content does. So it just explains, it builds trust, it shares insights. Like it's really valuable to read middle of funnel content. Okay. Now the top of funnel content, this is meant to hook people who have no clue who you are, who have no, you have they have no idea what you do or anything like that. And it's meant to drive people that you don't know to say, hey, you know what? This person's kind of cool. I think I might follow them. So the purpose of this top of funnel content is truly to get reach. This is where like virality, I think, has more utility because you're actually creating content that is meant to broaden the funnel. It's meant to bring more eyeballs to you. And like the call to action is very specific with top of funnel content. It would be to follow, right? Or sign up for a newsletter. It allows you it's you making an offer saying, come be a part of my world so that I can build a relationship with you. All right. So this top, middle, and bottom of funnel content is so, so important. Now, there's a whole world to creating social media content and having it actually be effective and useful to you. I know that there's a lot of people who feel like they're just supposed to post every day and it seems to be going into the void. And like, what is it actually doing for me? Well, good question. What is it actually doing for you? A lot of people just post because they think they have to. You don't have to post on social media to grow your business. Okay. If you have made the decision that that's something that is a part of your overarching marketing strategy to acquire new clients, then keep listening. I'll tell you what I've learned. And I'll tell in subsequent videos. So ask away because I've spent a lot of money on investing into top programs about doing this. So we've got your top, middle, bottom of funnel content. Let's say that you have hit like a 90-day you're resetting. It's the new quarter. You're going to do a new goal setting and kind of refresh for the next 90 days. One of the things you may want to consider doing is like some people call it a revenue activation. Some people may call it like a cash sprint. Essentially, what you would be doing is for 1 or 2 weeks, you're going to be posting mainly bottom of funnel content. So what that does is not only does that directly invite people to work with you hence creating a stronger likelihood of more cash flow. It's also going to kind of test and measure where your current audience is at. So if you're getting a lot of responses and people are saying, "Ooh, I'm going to take you up on this," like, "Ooh, I have questions about that," then you have an idea that your audience is full of people who have been nurtured well and are considering buying from you. Okay. If you don't get a lot of activity from a cash sprint like this, then this is great information. It tells you that you may need to nurture more people. You may not have the right person, so you may need to be presenting more top of funnel content to get more of the right people in. So it provides a lot of good data. What you would do is you would post every day for 2 weeks, your bottom of funnel content, measure how that performs. You're going to look at not just the impressions that it gets, but the actual engagement. Are people commenting? Are people looking at your profile? Are people now reaching out to you? From that, how many conversations have you had? Because the only way to sell stuff is to present what it is you're selling and ask if people would like to buy it. So you need to get no's and you need to get yeses and see, why are people saying no? Who are the people that are saying yes and why are they saying yes? Then you need to provide them a great onboarding experience, sell them the product, make sure that they're happy and they have a great experience, they get value as quickly as possible. And then from there, you've got a warm referral opportunity where you can say, "Hey, if I'm super glad this was helpful. Who else do you know that's in your industry, or who else do you know that's not in your industry, but maybe in the same position you are, who you would be open to sending my way?" And that's a great way to generate cash. I'm actually in the middle of doing that for myself, and that's why I decided to jump on live and just go for it. So, if this was helpful, please hit the follow button. Follow me on LinkedIn. That's primarily where I'm at. I'm also on Facebook. And I am showing people how to use AI to build a defensible advantage against their competition so that when people are looking for someone to choose to help them, they're they understand really quickly why they should choose you, what you have to offer. So many people don't get chosen because they simply don't they're misunderstood. People are like, "I don't understand what you do or what you sell. What am I gonna get from you?" And here's the top 2 questions people are asking. What am I gonna get from you, and what is it gonna take from me to get that result? At the end of the day, most people are buying an outcome, and you want to be clear about that and then deliver on it. So, all right, I hope this was helpful. I will see you next time. Feel free to subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.